in lane 5 from Derby. And they're coming through towards the end here, and touching first is lane 4, which is Carmilla Kitchen in a time of 31.40. Carmilla the fast from Loughborough. And in the second heat, coming up, we have got the silver medalist Cara Hanlon, who will be swimming in lane 5 from Edinburgh, and the finalist Katie Matz, we just missed out on a medal last year from Manchester Met, and Annabelle in lane 4, and Annabelle Guy Johnson from Edinburgh in lane 2. So quick run down is Claire Collins from Cambridge in lane 0, Laura Hawkins from Swansea in lane 1, Annabelle Guy Johnson from Edinburgh in lane 3, Katie Matz in lane 4 from Manchester Met, lane 5 Cara Hanlon from Edinburgh, lane 6 Ayana Lawson from Newcastle, lane 7 Shannon Campbell from Birmingham, lane 8 Bethan Edwards from Lancaster, and in lane 9 Denisa Elena Gogu from Manchester. So lane 5 is Cara Hanlon from Edinburgh, and she opens up strongly, and at the turn she's touching just ahead of everybody else, and she surfaces the water still in first place, closely followed by Katie Matz from Manchester Met. So touching first will be Cara Hanlon from Edinburgh, and the fastest time so far of 31:31. And then in the final heat we do have the defending champion and record holder Imogen Clark in lane 4 from Loughborough, and we've also got the finalist Ann-Harriet Eburn in lane 6 from Cardiff. So it's Butler in lane 0, Below in lane 1, McAllister lane 2, Morrison in lane 3, Clark 4, Robertson 5, Eburn in 6, Russell 7, Moores 8, and McDonald in 9. So we've got the defending champion going in lane 4, and she has the best start there, and she's starting to open up a little bit of a gap already up the first 25. And it's moving forward. It's Imogen Clark pushing on to who will come through in first place in a time of 30.53, the fastest of the times so far. That's Imogen Clark, defending champion and record holder, setting the fastest time so far in the fastest heat of women's 50 metres breaststroke. We now move on to event the women's open, the women's 100 metres butterfly. There are 12 heats, and the first 3 heats, the fastest 3 heats are starting at this point now. And in this we have got 2 finalists from last year. Ruth McEwen will be going in lane 7 for Leeds Beckett, and Kiana McInnes from Stirling will go in lane 4. Kiana, who just missed out on a medal last year, finishing 4th in the final. And the fastest, the BUCS Speedo BUCS record is by Tane Bruce, who set it last year for Edinburgh in a time of 57.55 seconds. This is heat number 10 of 12, and of the 3 fastest heats in the women's 100 metres butterfly.
Next in pool number 1, it's heat 16.
So I'll quickly run through. We've got in lane 0 will be Sophie Lawrence from Oxford, lane 1 Charlotte Taylor from Warwick, lane 2 Hannah Denny from Bath, lane 3 Lucy Thornton from King's College, lane 4 Kiana McInnes from Stirling, lane 5 Caroline Carruthers from Loughborough, lane 6 Georgie Pryor from Nottingham Trent, lane 7 is Ruth McEwen from Leeds Beckett, lane 8 Ricky Nagel Clevin from East Anglia, and lane 9 Emma Hutchinson from Strathclyde. As I say, it's 100 metres butterfly, slightly longer as we've had a couple of real flyers in the 50 metres backstroke and the 50 metres breaststroke. So this is heat number 10 of 12. And no swimmer there in lane 5, which is Caroline Carruthers from Loughborough. So opening up quickly is Kiana McInnes and Georgie Pryor returning first after the first length of this 25 metres, 100 metres butterfly. And turning first will be in lane 6. Georgie Pryor in 27.68. So Georgie Pryor from Notts Trent leading the way as we come up the third of the 4 lengths here. There's not much in it as they turn to the last bit, and up first is McInnes, who's at the top of the picture as we look. And McInnes is coming through, who will take the touch at the start, and she touches first in a time of 1 minute 63, followed by Georgie Pryor in 1:01.26. And in the second heat we do have defending champion and record holder Tane Bruce, who will be going in lane 4 for Edinburgh. So we've got Zara Ryan from Oxford, Georgia Talent Swansea, Emma Rowson Edinburgh, Jessica Calderbank Salford, Tane Bruce Edinburgh, Yasmin Perry Aberdeen, Spencer Williams Oxford, Kiara Walsh Birmingham, Rachel Bethel Ulster, and Jess Damon from Edinburgh. So Tane Bruce, the defending champion, in lane 4, and finalist Jessica Calderbank in lane 3. And as they're pushing through in the second fastest heat here of the women's 100 metres butterfly, and at the end of the first length, it is leading away is defending champion Tane Bruce in lane 4. She's opening up a little bit of a gap here over Yasmin Perry from Aberdeen, and she turns in 27.63, and then Yasmin Perry in 27.73. So Tane Bruce trying to put down a bit of a marker here as she defends her championship here at the Speedo BUCS short course swimming event. And Tane Bruce touching first in 59.10, which at the moment is the fastest time so far, followed by Yasmin Perry, who records the third fastest time of the event so far in 1 minute 91. And in the final heat, we have got in heat 12 Zoe McDonald from Stirling, Lucy Hawley, Birmingham, Kirsten Laurie from Edinburgh, Kate Mills from Loughborough, Marie Wattle again from Loughborough, Amy Bell, Sheffield Hallam, Katie Robertson from Edinburgh, Holly Williams from Hull, Katie Taylor from Strathclyde, and Millie Scotchbrook from Nottingham. Marie Wattle having a bit of a busy day today, having already swam in the 200 metres freestyle this morning. She's now doing her second event, and she'll be swimming in lane 4, and she's got the fastest entry time of them all, 55.97, and she'll be swimming in lane 4.
Looking at putting in a time here in this lane to 200 freestyle. It's supposed to be 3 in the 6. Unfortunately for him, Tommy Lees and Theo Gifford must have had better things to do today. So Kieran Rafik is out there on his own. Let's show him some love points, boys. Come on. That's what I like to hear. Love the Rafik! Love the Rafik, of course. A whole host of heats still to come. We've already had 3. Look at the start sheet here.
As we await the final heat here, which is heat number 12 of the women's 100 metres butterfly. Following the end of this heat, we will be going back to the heats 1 through 6 of the women's 200 metres freestyle, which will then be followed by the heats 1 to 19 of the women's 50 metres backstroke, heats 1 to 19 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke, and finally heats 1 to 9 of the women's 100 metres butterfly. So the fastest time recorded so far is 59.1 by Tane Bruce from Edinburgh. So opening up very quickly is Marie Wattle in lane 4 as she turns first at the end of the first length of this 100 metres butterfly. And she turns in 27.32, who's got about a second lead over Amy Bell from Sheffield Hallam. And touching first is Marie Wattle in 59.22, setting the second fastest time so far in the heats, followed by Amy Bell, who sets the third fastest. We now move on to heats of the 200 metres freestyle, heats number 1 to 6 of the women's 200 metres freestyle. And this is heat 1, and we have in lane 0 Stephanie Lee from Keele going from the top of the page. Lane 1 is Ellie Hurd from King's College. Lane 2, Varvara Safu from Imperial. Lane 3, Megan Cheng from King's College. Lane 4, Amy Godfrey from Strathclyde. Lane 5, Zoe Tarrant from Oxford Brookes. Lane 6, Chloe Gambrell from Chichester. Lane 7, Anja Cox Cunningham from Manchester Metropolitan. Lane 8, Emma Butterwick from Cardiff. And lane 9, Magdalena Chimura from Oxford. And leading out the way is Anna Cox Cunningham from Manchester Metropolitan in a time of 33.66 at the first turn. And at the halfway stage is still Anna Cox Cunningham from Manchester Met leading the way. With Ella Herd pushing up in the top of the picture from King's College. So the third time is Ellie Herd, followed by Chloe Gambro, and then Anya Cox Cunningham. And touching first is Ella Herd from King's College.
And takes away in the women's pool 230.06 for her. Chloe Gambro second, and your Cox Cunningham in third.
And in heat number 2 of the women's 200 metres freestyle, we've got in lane 0 Amy Forrest from East Anglia, lane 1 Nadine Helena from the University of West of England, lane 2 Holly Sharrett from Manchester Met, lane 3 Jasmine Lambert from Kent, lane 4 Amy Richardson from Glasgow Caledonian, lane 5 Riley Flick from St Andrews, lane 6 Isabel Watkins from Cardiff Met, lane 7 Emily Cairns from Leicester, lane 8 Amelia Lawrence Downs from Chichester, and lane 9 Laura Shaw from Stirling. And that's a good start there from Riley Flick from St Andrews, who opens up half a body from just the start dive alone. And Riley Flick carries on with that good start to lead at the turn of the 50 metres. While we're in the 200 metres, it is worth mentioning our partners here. We've got Speedo, Bright Network and Camp America. The Speedo and BUCS Short Course Championship 2019 is brought to you with the support of our headline partners, Speedo. We'd like to thank each of the partners for it, and at this event, even though you're not here, the Speedo are selling event merchandise, and they were trying to get people involved to keep pushing on the bounds to make Speedo swimming the best swimming in the UK. We've also got the support of the Bright Network, The Bright Network are the UK's #1 student careers network, offering exclusive advice, networking, events and fast-track opportunities with top graduate employers. The Bright Network work with over 300 firms and have helped over 14,000 students secure their roles to date. And also our partner, carrying on from last year, is Camp America. Do you like holidays? Camp America offer the chance for you to actually go away and work over the summer, earn some money and get the opportunity to travel in America. Whether you want to be a lifeguard or working with one of the summer camps for these American students. And they're looking for people from California to New York. They've got it covered. If you want to go as a lifeguard or just go as an assistant, you've got the chance to do that. So thank you, all three partners, Speedo, the Bright Network and Camp America. As we're coming up to the end of this race, and the first touch is from Riley Flick, who's led from start to finish there. Riley from St Andrews wins the race in 2 minutes 16.8. Second place is Amy Richardson from Glasgow Caledonian in 2:17.77. And heat number 3 is coming up of the women's 200 metres freestyle, and in lane 0 we've got Hannah Blake from Cardiff Met. Lane 1, Kerry Palmer, Aberdeen. In 2, Isabel Briggs from Derby. Lane 3, Megan Owen from Cardiff. Lane 4, Megan Armitage from Leicester. Lane 5, Naomi Vide from Southampton. Lane 6, Emma Palmer from York St John. Lane 7, Ellen Morley from Sheffield Hallam. Lane 8, Elizabeth McCulloch from Exeter. And in lane 9, Katie Orrell from Oxford. This will be heat number 3 of the women's 200 metres freestyle.
Great race going on here in those middle 3 lanes. Wetly, Hackle and Wright in 4, 5 and 6. Two outside lanes going well too. Into the final 50 metre section. Still nothing between these three at the turn. Perhaps just Sammy Leakley getting himself ahead in front in that green cap. Needs a good kick now into this final turn. And gets it as well. That is another half a metre. Put himself in pole position. So Leakley from Heffel, from the right in 200 freestyle heat number 4. Really good final. 50 metres ahead here as Zebedee Wentworth starts to take control of this race. Hayden Wright just started the slow lane in heat 6, just over the goal for Charles Harding to get himself into the top 3 out there in lane 9. Don't put the Zebedee down, but who's going to take this one now? Zebedee Wentworth of Leeds with 15 minutes to go.
And this is heat number 3 of the women's 200 metres freestyle. And a good start there in lane 7 from Ellen Morley from Sheffield Hallam.
Ready to go in pool 1. The heat 5.
And turning first is Elizabeth McCulloch from Exeter, followed by Kerry Palmer from Aberdeen. And Elizabeth McCulloch still leading at the 75 metre mark. And Elizabeth McCulloch opening up a slight lead now over Naomi Veeds from Southampton, who's starting to come through in the middle of the lane, middle of the pool. Yeah. Thank you. And it's getting tight at the bottom of the pool. They're closing down on Elizabeth McCulloch as we come round to the last turn. It's McCulloch in lane 8 and Naomi Veeds in lane 5. But McCulloch is starting just to pull away again. But coming back strongly in lane 7 is Ellen Morley from Sheffield Hallam. And touching first is Elizabeth McCulloch from Exeter in a time of 2:17.24.
Elizabeth McCulloch takes the victory over in pool number 2 for Exeter. Naomi Veeds Southampton in second place. Ellen Morley, Sheffield Hallam in third. And that concludes heat number 3.
And we move now on to heat number 4 of the women's 200 metres freestyle. In lane 0 is Eleanor Ritchie from Manchester. Lane 1, Lucy Nicholson from Liverpool. 2, Becky Merrill from Anglia Ruskin. Lane 3, Katie Carter from Durham. 4, Molly Renton, St Andrews. 5, Carolina Dawes from Exeter. 6, Hannah Rowe from Keele. Lane 7, Yoshi Nikki Amelia Esch from Cambridge. Lane 8, Tilda Harper from University of West of England. And in lane 9, Lily Collinsboard from Stirling. And a good start there from Carolina Dawes from Exeter in the middle of the pool. But pushing up in lane 3 is Kate Carter from Durham. And as we come up to the 75-metre stage, it's Kate Carter and Hannah Rowe that are leading the way. And as we come up to the last turn, it's quite close now between Kate Carter, Hannah Rowe and Yoshiniki Amelia Esch, who is going, looks like she's going to touch first, although there's a push coming back from Kate Carter, and it is a touch first of Yoshiniki Amelia Esch from Cambridge. Second is Kate Carter from Durham. That was heat number 4. We've now got heat number 5 coming up of the women's 200 metres freestyle. And we have in 0, Kami Lau from Worcester. Lane 1, Lucy Castle, Bournemouth. 2, Maria Jose Mojica Bach from Warwick. Lane 3, Juliet Morelli from Cambridge. 4, Tegan Wollaston from Cambridge. 5, Isabel Gonzalez from Oxford. 6, Katrina Louise Miller from Glasgow. 7, Bethany Muir, Newcastle. Lane 8, Brooke Laurie from Aberdeen. And 9, Catherine Walton from Portsmouth. This is heat 5 of the women's 200 metres freestyle.
Next up, April 1, heat 7.
Good start there from Juliet Morelli in lane 3. But turning first there was Lucy Castle from Bournemouth. And pulling away at the top is Lucy Castle, who's then getting closed down by Mohika Bak from Warwick. And at the halfway mark, it's Lucy Castle from Bournemouth from Maria Bak from Warwick. And still leading at the halfway mark is Maria Bak from Warwick, who's then followed by Lucy Castle from Bournemouth, and then Bethany Meir from Newcastle, separated by 100th of a second. And it's Meir that's starting to move up at the bottom of the pool to challenge Lucy Castle at the top. And touching first is Maria Bak in 2:13.42, followed by Bethany Meir in 2:14.30. Now we're coming on to the last heat of this round of six, which is heat 6. We've already had heat 7 to 9 at the start of the session. And the swimmers in heat 6 is Chrissy Tomlinson from Leeds Beckett in 0. In 1, Danielle Shipley from Kent. Lane 2, Hannah Eastbury from Cambridge. Lane 3, Sammy Girl from Derby. 4, Georgia Milton from Nottingham. 5, Helen Liliolu from Manchester. 6, Sophie Dudd from Stirling. 7, Sophie Cack from Hertfordshire. Anna Burdex in lane 8 for Durham. And in lane 9, Sophie Peggs from Warwick. And quite close between the top 3 and bottom 3 at the end of the first 25 metres in this final heat of this round of the 200 metres freestyle. And turning first is Chrissy Tomlinson from Leeds Beckett at the top of the picture, but very close behind them is Sophie Quack and Anna Burdsky from Hertfordshire and Durham respectively. And it's still quite close between lane 0 and lane 7. And it's Kate Tomlinson, Chrissy Tomlinson leading Sophie Kish at the 150 metre mark. And coming through now is Hannah Eastbury in lane 3, so it's going to be quite close between the 3 of them for top spot on this heat. So it's between Chrissy Thompson, Hannah Hannah Eastbury and Sophie Cash. And the touch is going to go. As we're coming up to the last length here, it's Hannah Eastbury from Cambridge leading from Sophie Cash from Hertfordshire. But coming back strongly is Sophie Cash, and the touch goes to Hannah Eastbury by 0.21 of a second. So it's Hannah Eastbury from Cambridge gets the touch over Sophie Cash from Hertfordshire, with third place going to Chrissy Tomlinson, the early leader from Leeds Beckett. We now move on to the heats of the women's 50 metres backstroke. There will be 19 of these heats at the pool, the fastest three having already been swam at the start of the session. So the first heat only has 5 swimmers. We've got in lane 2 Tabby McCormick from Plymouth, lane 3 Sarah McJury from Marjon, lane 4 Jessica Browning from Aston, lane 5 Carmen Lim from Cambridge, and lane 6 Rebecca Fox from Chichester.
Correction, it is heat 9 in the men's freestyle. Constantinos Onofrio of Lancashire goes in 0. Angus Wall, St Andrews 1. Bradley Welsh leads in 2. There's no swimmer in lane 3. Finley Saunders of Stirling in 4. Simon Clement, Sheffield Hamlet in 5. Francisco Gonçalves of Aston in 6. James Snowden, Cardiff Met in 7. Gemma Walsh, Harriet Watt in 8. Stefanos Palomas Sterling in lane 9. One more heat of the men's 200 freestyle to come after this. Then in pool 1, we move over to the bulk of the heat during the men's 50 metre backstroke. Over to the next race, rookie heat 1 of the women's 50 metre backstroke. 19 heats of that in total. Great news for you backstroke sprint fans. Finley Saunders currently leading out 126.44 at the turn. He leads from Gonçalves and Clement. So again, the race is in those middle lanes. But Finley Saunders in that green cap in lane 4. It's turning into the leading in. Looks to be in control of this race. Lovely turn though. Simon Clement of Sheffield Hamlet taking a bit of a check out of that lead. What's he got left in the tank? Constantinos Onofrio of Lancaster doing it up for third place. So Saunders takes it, Clement second, Onofrio third. Awesome as far wide under that 2-minute barrier. Heat 9 against 200 crew. And we're ready to go in pool 1 for the final heat, heat number 10 of the men's 200 freestyle. Pool 1 then, we've got Sam Williams of Howard in 0, Alfie Bones of Leeds in 1, Jake Fabby Cardiff in 2, Jacques Boncel, Cambridge in 3, William Source of Birmingham in 4, Charlie Hopkins, Swansea in 5, Liam Snook in 6, Joe Watt, UWS in 7, Simon Newton in Zambia in 8, Ryan Huddar of Derby in lane 9. That's heat 10, the final heat. In the men's 200 freestyle, remember the top 10 qualifiers by fastest time will come in the final later on today.
But this goes so bloody slow. At least it gives them a muscular workout. Yes.
And we're going to get things back underway in Pool 2.
Yeah.
This is the number 1 of the women's 50 backstroke.
Yeah, no, you let me one earlier, yeah. Oh, you need some more water. That's a shut-in. That'll be why it's not actually pouring anything in. That's why it's taking an absolute ace to fill. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Shit, I turned it because I tried to open it to make it more. Yeah, I've got the card here if you want. No, it's because I know it's going up and down is an absolute pain. And leading away in lane 2 is Tabby McCormick from Plymouth. And she touches in 31.76.
The first place time, Jessica Brown in second. And ready to go in Pool 1, last one.
And the second heat of the women's 50 metres backstroke, we have got Eleanor Hales, Keele, Caitlin Kennedy, Northampton, Alex Eason, Glasgow, Kelly Allen, Marjon, Jessica Fenney, Aberystwyth, Hannah Jane Budd, Northampton, Hannah Nunn, Worcester, R. Hay, Manchester Met, Joyce Chan, Glasgow Caledonian, and Dajana Jovanovic from Keele. This is heat 2 of the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Championship, women's 50 metres backstroke.
Next is Pool 1, heat 2. Correction, it's heat 2 in pool 2. Connor Spinks.
And heat 2, and it's at the moment it's between Kelly Hall and Hannah Nunn as they come to the first turn. And touching first is Kelly Allen from Marjon in 38.03, followed by Hannah Nunn from Worcestershire. And heat 3 is coming up of the Speedo and BUCS women's 50 metre backstroke. They have in lane 0 Eloise Spencer-Wolf from Bangor, Lou Holden from Oxford Brookes, Megan Carby from Bournemouth, Holly Ingle from Lincoln, Phoebe Willoughby-Han from Southampton, Laura Kinshot from Southampton, Francesca Elise Deneau from Aberystwyth, Hayley Webb from Chester, Hannah Lathan from Keele, and Lucy Fleming from Bradford. A good start there from Hannah Latham from Keele in lane 8. And then at the top end of the pool you've got Eloise Spencer-Wolf, who's up from Bangor, who turns in second place. And pulling away is Hannah Latham, who's going to touch for Keele in a time of 38.08, followed by Holly Ingle from Lincoln in 39.04. That was heat 2 of the Speedo and BUCS swimming short course, 50 metres backstroke for women. And now moving to heat number 4. We've got swimmers Abby Pickering from Bradford, Kerry Williams from York St John, Trinity Wiltshire from Bangor, and Harrod Lewis from Liverpool, John Moores, Charlotte Nash from Winchester, Lauren Fisher, Nottingham Trent, Danny Brazer, Gloucestershire, Lauren Rice, Aberdeen, Chloe Lewis from Marjons, and Millie Laffey from Oxford Brookes. And it's close from Danny Brazer and Chloe Lewis at the start. And it's Danny Brazer who turns first at the halfway mark here of the 50 metre backstroke. And Danny Brazer is pulling away there from Gloucestershire, and she's going to touch first, and she does so in a time of 36.33 seconds. And that was heat 4. We're now moving on to heat 5 of the women's 50 metres backstroke. And we have lining up, we've got Heidi Chapman from St Andrews, Emily Milner from Coventry, Jeeman Han from London, Elisa Evans from King's College, Ciara Halpin from Reading, Poppy Jenkins from the Royal Holloway, Lauren McCain from Glasgow Caledonian, Molly Hale from Stirling, Emily Bowman from King's College, and Bethany Thuringer from Oxford Brookes. They will be heat 5 of the women's 50 metres backstroke.
In pool 2, heat 5. And now in pool 1, heat 5.
And that's a good start from lane 4, Kiara Halpin from Reading. Correction, Poppy Jenkins from Royal Holloway. And it's quite tight between Jimin Han and Elisa Evans for second place, but it's going to be, the first touch is going to go to Poppy Jenkins from Royal Holloway, followed by Jimin Han from London. That was heat 5 of the women's 50 metres backstroke. Next heat is heat number 6, and the swimmers for heat number 6 are Becky Dawson, University of Central Lancashire, Laura Shaw, Stirling, Freya Weston, Reading, Alex Lynch, Liverpool John Moores, Victoria Parrott, Kent, Tegan Galbraith, Manchester, Alexandra Lang Andre from Gloucestershire, Isabel Watkins from Cardiff Met, Keris Hope from Derby, and Katie Nichols from Lincoln. This is heat number 6. And a good start there by Tegan Galbraith from Manchester in lane 5, and being pushed by Becky Dawson from the University of Central Lancs in the top of the picture. And that was a good turn there by Becky Dawson, who just put her just marginally in front, but coming back in the middle is Tegan Galbraith, who's starting to pull away, and she's going to touch first, and she does so in a time of 32.77, followed by Becky Dawson from University of Central Lancashire. So Tegan Galbraith of Manchester, the winner in that race. That was heat number 6 of the women's 50 metres backstroke. Next up is heat number 7, and the swimmers involved in heat number 7 are Laura Southwell, Southampton, Alex Smith, Oxford Brookes, Alex West, Aberystwyth, Lily Metcalf, Liverpool, Libby Saunders, Liverpool, Jasmine Arcerio, King's College, Jennifer Darcy, Nottingham Trent, Emma Johnson, Rhys Jens, Winchester, Emma Coding, Manchester Metropolitan, and Megan Reid from Surrey. That is heat 7 of the Speedo and BUCS 50 metres backstroke.
Next in pool 1, heat 7.
Quite a level start there, with possibly Emma Johnson, Rhys Jens from Winchester getting the better of that start, but she's getting closed down by Emma Coding just beneath her in lane 8. But a good turn there by Johan Rhys Jens, opens up marginal lead, but coming back strongly is Emma Coding in lane 8. And it looks like Emma Johnson Rhys Jens is just going to hold out, and she does so in a time of 33.68. So Emma Johnson Rhys Jens from Winchester wins it, followed by Emma Codling from Manchester Metropolitan.
And in pool 1 it's Jason Tang of Surrey.
And that was heat number 7. Heat number 8, the swimmers are Georgina Judd from Reading, Georgia Jones from Liverpool, Rachel McHenry from Keele, Rosa Irwin from Bristol, Sushila Shows Coveney from East Anglia, Rebecca Bamber from Hull, Zelly Quinn from Coventry, Olivia Hawkins from Southampton, Megan Harries from Durham, and Idiata Kalisiak from Aberystwyth. They are the swimmers for heat number 8.
In pool 2, this is heat 8.
So the fastest entry time for this event is Sushila Shows Coveney from East Anglia at 34.85 and Rebecca Bamber from Hull in 34.88. They're in lanes 4 and 5 respectively.
In pool 1, heat 8.
And it's really tight at between lanes 4, 7 and 8, with lane 8 just pushing a wee bit in ahead there from Megan Harries from Durham. But pushing back in the middle is Sushila Chose Coveney from East Anglia, who gets a touch in a time of 31.91, followed by Olivia Hawkins in from Southampton. So the winner there, Sushila Chose Coveney from East Anglia in a time of 31.91. Oh. So for heat 9 of the backstroke, we've got Gemma Dizdarverik from East Anglia, Katie Wilson, Cambridge, Lucy Milne, Royal Holiday, Hannah Burgess, Liverpool, John Moores, Darcy Gardner, East Anglia, Jenna Martin, St Andrews, Annabelle Lee, Hull, Latifa von Numers from Surrey, Amber Price from Portsmouth, and Gabby Ichmat from Brunel. This is heat number 9 of the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Swimming Championship. And leading the way in lane 9 is Sarah Patrick, who turns first for Nottingham Trent.
And now in pool 1, heat 9. Jenna Martin took the victory in heat 9, followed by Annabelle Lee, then Lucy Milne. And we're underway in heat 9 for the men's competition.
Next up is heat 10 of the women's 50 metres backstroke. We've got Charlotte Tom from Royal Holloway, Nina Stryden, Lincoln, Olivia Nichols, Liverpool, Caris Clark, Southampton, Cara Chambers-Hay from Manchester Met, Grace Manning from Oxford Brookes, Shan Roberts from Liverpool, John Moores, Alexandra Clements from Newcastle, Anna Livermore from Keele, and Sarah Patrick from Nottingham Trent. This is heat number 10. And a good start from lanes 2, 7 and 8. That's Nina Strider from Lincoln, Alexandra Clements from Newcastle and Anna Livermore from Keele. And it's Nina Stryden that has got the lead at the moment at the top of the picture in lane 1. And she's going to touch first in a time of 31:43, followed by Alexandra Clements from Newcastle and Anna Livermore from Keele in third place. Next up is heat number 11. And the swimmers there are Fern McGovern from Edgehill, Bethan Hall-Jones from Glasgow, Gabriel Stevens, Leeds Beckett, Emily Clough, Glasgow, Rebecca Campbell from East Anglia, Tia May Burden from Leeds Beckett, Lewis Hopkins from Keele, Lauren Pirot from Aberdeen, Grace Beasley from Leeds Beckett and Lydia Barnsley from Oxford BUCS. And leading the way there is Gabriel Stevens, who turns just ahead of Grace Beasley. But Grace Beasley is coming back at her at the bottom of the picture. It's very close between the three of them, Bethan Hall-Jones, Lewis Hopkins and Grace Beasley, and the touch goes to Gabriel Stevens from Leeds Beckett, closely followed by Emily Clough from Glasgow. And Grace Beasley in third place. The next heat will be heat number 12, and the swimmers involved are Claire Meeks from Sheffield, Maya Maiden from Stirling, Manjiri Bhatt from Aberdeen, Esme Briggs from Oxford, Ellie Dorsman, Warwick, Hannah Binning, East Anglia, Rebecca Devlin, London, Rosalind Fell, York, Anya Cox Cunningham from Manchester Met and Anna Hunt from Cardiff. This is heat number 12 of the women's 50 metres backstroke. And it's a good start there from Ellie Dorsman, who turns first just next to Hannah Binning. And they're being put under pressure from Claire Meeks in lane 0. And it's Ellie Dorsman just ahead at the moment. And it's going to be a very close touch, and the winner is Ellie Dorsman from Warwick, followed by Mia Maiden from Stirling and Hannah Binning from East Anglia, in a winning time of 32:77. Next up is heat 13 of the women's 50 metres back crawl. The swimmers are Melanie Calder, Harriet Watt, Angel Dunderdale, Durham, Keone Broomfield, East Anglia, Emma Bain, Surrey, Emily Colleran, Manchester, Charlotte Woodington, Bangor, Alex Potts, Leeds Beckett, Amelia Peddle, Exeter, Madja Nielsen from Bristol and Lily Kroll from Strathclyde. This is heat number 13. Quite a blanket start there for all the swimmers here, with nobody really showing, but possibly Madja Nielsen just getting marginally ahead at the turn. And she has a good turn, and she comes up about 20 centimetres ahead, and she drives on here in lane 7. So it's Madja Nielsen from Bristol, leading from Amelia Peddle from Exeter. And touching first is Madja Nielsen in 31:56 for Bristol, and followed by Amelia Peddle in 31:84. That was heat number 13. Next heat is heat number 14, and the swimmers here are Megan Whittaker, Newcastle. Alex Masson, Cardiff. Chloe Peach, Nottingham Trent. Catherine Price, Sheffield. Lucy Farmer, Bournemouth. Amy Mills, Worcestershire. Christy Sadler, Oxford. Louisa Knight, East Anglia. Sophie Fisher, Glasgow, and Georgia Harrod from Nottingham Trent. And in the lead is Lucy Farmer from Bournemouth. She's driving forward there with Chloe Peach in second and Amy Mills in third. But touching first is Lucy Farmer from Bournemouth, followed by Chloe Peach from Nottingham Trent and Amy Mills from Worcester. Next heat of the women's 50 metres backstroke in the Speedo and BUCS Swimming Short Course Championship is heat number 15. The swimmers involved will be Merrin Thompson from Dundee, Francesca Crocker, Sheffield Hallam, Millie Sale from Liverpool John Moores, Ellen Armisen, Sheffield Hallam, Lucy Castle from Bournemouth, Ellen Winters from Lancaster, Louisa Farash Trajano from Oxford, Elizabeth Harris from Nottingham, Emily Sampson from Surrey, and Alice Miller from Imperial.
Robert Pearson, St John's, 27.16. These times are tumbling. Matthew Rackfield, second place. And then UCL's Oscar Schulas in 27.82. Takes third. Next in Pool 1, Heat 50.
Both pools are active. Sorry, they both went in at the same time, so I was just flagging it.
So we're doing breaststroke earlier?
No, I'm just saying both pools went in. Yeah.
Now it is the women's 50 metre backstroke, Heat 15 in Pool 2.
Sorry, it was just some of the swimmers actually jumped in.
Make sure you mute your mic when you're talking to me.
Oh, right, okay.
Is that?
And it's closer from lanes 1 through to 7 as they all turn almost in a blanket there. And moving forward is Elizabeth Harris from Nottingham. And there's going to be a close finish, and the touch goes to Francesca Crocker in lane 1 from Sheffield Hallam, followed by Ellen Armisen from Sheffield Hallam and Louisa Farash Taranjo from Oxford. That was heat number 15. Next up is heat number 16 in the women's 50 metres backstroke. And we have swimmers Izzy Shea from Newcastle, Rebecca Holden from Oxford Brookes, Grace McGill from Leicester, Sophie Dodd from Stirling, Katrin Roberts from Cardiff, Ellie Matthew Sharon from Cardiff Met, Lindsay Wright from Derby, Jess Telford from Birmingham, Katie Hodgson from Durham, and Robin Noon from Portsmouth.
Continuing with the backstroke in Pool 2, Heat 60.
This is heat 16 of the women's 50 metres backstroke. And a good start for Robin Moon at the bottom of the picture, closely followed by Jess Telford from Birmingham. But turning first is Lindsay Wright from Derby in lane number 6. But a good turn from Jess Telford has put her just marginally ahead as we come to the last 10 metres here. And driving through is Lindsay Wright from Derby, who wins it in a time of 31.32, followed by Jess Telford from Birmingham and Robin Moon from Portsmouth. And that was heat 16. Heat 17 of the women's 50 metres backstroke. The swimmers are Charlotte Taylor from Warwick, Amy Richardson from Edgehill, Megan Slider from Aberdeen, Jasmine Stone from Bournemouth, Amber Cook from Cardiff Met, Martine Tran from Bath, Chloe Cottam from Lancaster, Lara Charlton from Winchester, Onyi Orbel from Newcastle and Eliza Grace from Manchester Met.
No flash photography on the start of the pool 1 or pool 2. Speaking of pool 2, we're ready to go. This is 50 metre backstroke, definitely backstroke, heat 17.
A good start across the board from Charlotte Taylor and Martine Tran. But a good turn there puts Onyi Orbel in front as we come up the back, the second length of the race, and it's going to be close between 1:07, 7 and 8, and it's won by Charlotte Taylor from Warwick in a time of 30.8, followed by Lara Charlton from Winchester and Onyi Orbel from Newcastle. That was heat 17. We now move on to heat 18 of the women's 50 metres back crawl. The swimmers are Sophie Lewis-Ward, Edinburgh, Ella Turner, Dundee, Maya Semyonova Hoyland from Portsmouth, Sophie Murray, Newcastle, Katie Henderson, York, Chloe Howes, Bristol, Ebolia Cezannes from Northampton, Anna Berdysik from Durham, Fionn Thomas from Reading and Lauren McLeay from Stirling. This will be the penultimate of these heats in the second tranche of 50 metres backstroke. And a good start there across the board with Semyonova Hoyland turning first at the top of the picture, closely followed by Sophie Lewis-Ward from Edinburgh. So the Portsmouth swimmer ahead from the Edinburgh swimmer. But at the bottom you've got Lauren McLeay from Stirling pushing forward, and it's going to be tight at the top, but it's going to be won by Maya Semyonova Hoyland in 30.08 for Portsmouth, and then Sophie Lewis-Ward from Edinburgh and Ella Turner from Dundee. Next up is the final heat of the women's Speedo and BUCS swimming short course 50 metres backstroke. Not the fastest heat because we had the 3 fastest at the start of the session. The swimmers involved in this heat 19, is Josie Blades from Cambridge, Beth Jordan from Leeds Beckett, Rebecca Williams from Leeds Beckett, Sophia Hart from Manchester Met, Maya Curlew from UCL, Lauren Palmer-Jones from York, Katie Tulloch from Stirling, Becky Jones, Leeds, Danielle Rayner from Stirling and Anna Kirk from Cambridge. This is the last of the heats of the women's 50 metres backstroke. And it's a good start there for, and turning first is Maya Curlew from UCL, closely followed by Katie Tillich from Stirling. As they come up to the end of the race, it's going to be Maya Curlew who's going to touch first, and she does so in a time of 30.03 seconds, followed by Katie Tillich from Stirling and Beth Jordan from Leeds Beckett. That now concludes the heat for the 50 metres backstroke of the Speedo and BUCS Swimming Short Course Championship. We will now move on to the 50 metres breaststroke. There are 19 of these heats as well. The fastest 3 were swam at the start of the session, so we're going to start here with heat 1. There are 3 swimmers, and they are in lane 3, Amber Owen from Edinburgh, then Sarah McJury from Marjones in lane 4, and Ellie Cannon for Bangor in lane 5.
In pool 2, we move back to women's 50 metre breaststroke. This is heat 1.
So the first heat of the women's 50 metres breaststroke at the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Swimming Championship.
Next in pool 1, heat 6. Amber Owen picking up the W there in heat 1, Ellie Cannon second, Sarah McJury of Marchon there in third place. Over in pool number 1, it's James Hunt.
And moving on to heat number 2 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. There are 8 swimmers, and we have got Charlotte Goodship from Chichester, Liza Kenyon from Chichester, Rebecca Cottle from Marjon, Emily Judd from Ashton, Dejana Jovanovic from Kiel, Billy Michelle from UC Lancashire, and Anastasia Smith from Derby, and Rebecca Fox from Chichester. This is heat number 2.
Next in pool 1, heat 7.
And turning first is Emily Judd from Ashton. And touching first is Emily Judd from Ashton in a time of 45.36, followed by Billy Michelle from UC Lancaster in 47.74.
In the men's pool, Justin K. Semenkoff of UCL against the W. Alexandra Kircher in second, and Niall McRoberts of Glasgow in lane 4. It's up third.
And moving on to heat number 3, we have Katie Freer from Bedfordshire, Lauren Averill from Bradford, Joyce Chan from Glasgow Caledonian, Katie Norris from Aston, Liv Wilkins Aberystwyth, Lydia Naramore Leicester, Hannah Walker York St John, Carmen Lim from Cambridge, Anna Gishwind from Kiel, and Marie Gabriel Buan from Manchester Met. This is heat number 3 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke.
Next in pool 2, heat 3.
And a good start there from Hannah Walker from York St John, and for Lauren Averill from Bradford. And it's Lauren Averill who's just leading as we hit the turn. And Lauren Averill pulls away in heat 3 here, and she's going to touch first, and she does so in a time of 40.84 seconds, followed by Joyce Chant from Glasgow Caledonian and Katie Freer from Bedfordshire. That was heat 3 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. We move on to heat number 4, which consists of Kirsty Brown from Stirling, Helena Phillips from Coventry, Emily Urquhart from Oxford, Line McQuair from Aberystwyth, Abby Openshaw from York St John, Rhiannon Flynn from Hull, Kelly Shue from King's College, Amy Aston from Northampton, Kirsty Ferguson from Strathclyde, and Ellie Hallam from Bangor. They will be your competitors for heat 4 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke at the Speedo and BUCS Swimming Short Course Championship.
Take on 50 metres of breaststroke, and Dio Tyndall here in lane 1 for Plymouth. He's going to stop the clock first, 31.96. Aidan White in second. Oliver Ross of Bristol in third. They're a great race in lane 7 and 8. But the victory goes to Dio Tyndall of Plymouth, 31.96. The lead time in heat 9. Once again, take this opportunity to thank our headline sponsor, Speedo, sponsoring the entire Speedo BUCS swimming series. Don't forget to go and visit them, as well as the Bright Network and our friends at Camp America as well. They're all up there on the balcony on the way in, the opposite end to the diving pool. So huge thank you for your support, and make sure you go and meet the guys and find out everything that they have to offer here throughout these BUCS Speedo Swimming Championships. Ready to go again in pool number 1. This is men's 50-metre breaststroke heat 10.
So heat 4 is just about to get underway of the 50 metres breaststroke. And a good start there from lane number 7 from Amy Aston from Northampton, but they're closing down in the middle from Laura Cower, from Abby Openshaw and Rhiannon Flynn, and it's the 4 of them in a line as they turn at the halfway mark. And the turn gives Ellie Hammond a slight advantage. So it's Ellie Hammond who's pulling away at the moment in lane number 9. And touching first is Ellie Hammond in 42.14 seconds, followed by Abby Openshaw in 42.39. So Ellie Hammond from Bangor wins that, followed by Abby Openshaw from York St John. And now we move on to heat number 5 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke, and the competitors are Jay Western from London, Natalia Talicia from Aberdeen, Amber Gibbs from Aston, Emily Cairns from Leicester, Laura Coward from Coventry, Varvara Sofu from Imperial, Emily Simmons from Bangor, Megan Pickup, Sheffield, Megan Sheng from King's College, and Heather Meikle from Glasgow Caledonian. This is heat number 5. And a good start there from Natalia Talicia from Aberdeen, and she's under pressure from Emily Simmons from Bangor. So it's Aberdeen against Bangor at the moment, and it's the Aberdeen swimmer that has been overturned by Amber Gibbs. So Amber Gibbs is pulling away at the top of the picture from Aston, and she touches first in a time of 37.82. And second place goes to Laura Coward of Coventry. And third place goes to Emily Simmons of Bangor. That was heat number 5. We now move on to heat number 6. And the swimmers competing in this are Holly Sherritt from Manchester Met, Anna Shepherd from Northampton, Alexandra Williams from Liverpool, Rebecca Bamber from Hull, Edita Kalisiak from Aberystwyth, Poppy Carr from Kent, Lily Smith with Sheffield Hallam, Lou Holden from Oxford Brookes, Isabel Harrison from East Anglia, and Danny Brazier from Gloucestershire. This will be heat number 6 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. This is heat number 6. Oh, and there's been a false start called in this event, so there's a couple of people who have gone through the rope, but it is a false start.
We'll wait for an update on what's going to happen with heat 6 over there in pool 2. But next up we have heat 14 over there in pool 1.
So we'll be looking to see if anybody has been disqualified for the race for the false start. The referee seems to be speaking to quite a few swimmers. I think he's speaking to all of them, so it must be either a gun misfire or there'll be no disqualification.
31.62 to take heat 14 ahead of Charlie Madden and then Jack Edwards. They make up the top three. Over in pool number 2. Once they've reset the marker, they'll be getting back underway. With heat 6, which will be a re-swim of that heat number 6 in the women's 50-metre breaststroke. We're ready to go again in pool 1. This is heat 15. This is a message to spectators, particularly those who are stood on the balcony overlooking pool number 1. If you could please clear that area. Thank you very much. And thank you for such a quick response as well. Much appreciated.
It looks like there's a bit of a problem with the false start rope. That's why we are not going anything. And looking down at the pool, I don't think there has been anybody disqualified for the race because all 10 swimmers are still there. I'll quickly run through the competitors. It's Holly Sherritt, Anna Shepherd, Alexandra Williams, Rebecca Bamber, Edita Kalisiak, Poppy Carr, Lily Smith, Lou Holden, Isabel Harrison and Danny Bracer. This is the 6th heat of the women's 50 metres breaststroke of the Speedo and BUCS Swimming Short Course Championship.
Just a reminder, please, no flash photography on the starts. Just make sure that the flash is turned off and you're taking pictures on your phone. What a typical thing to do. And we're much obliged to you for not ignoring that reasonable request as Lewis Smart picks up the victory in pool 1. We are ready to go again in pool 2. This is heat 6 of the women's 50-metre breaststroke.
And they're underway again now in the women's pool. And a good start there by Anna Shepherd in lane number 1. And she's leading as we're coming up to the turn, and she touches first. So that's Anna Shepherd from Northampton. But a good turn there by Danny Bracer from Gloucestershire. Puts her back into the reckoning at the bottom of the pool, and she's starting to drive forward. As we come into the moment, it's Danny Bracer who's leading. She's going to just touch out Anna Shepherd at the top. And she does so in a time of 39.32. Danny Bracer from Gloucestershire first, Anna Shepherd from Northampton second, and Isabel Harrison from East Anglia in third place. That was heat number 6 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. Next is the heat 7 of the 50 metres breaststroke, and the swimmers are Charlotte Anderson from Lincoln, Veronica Fafara from Aberystwyth, Daisy DeGaris from Oxford Brook, Summer Horn from Coventry, Abby Macbeth from Oxford Brookes, Siobhan Sinclair Strawn from Reading, Maisie Stedman from Lincoln, Megan Davis from Cardiff Metropolitan, Juliet Buckle from Sheffield, and Molly Wilkins from Oxford Brookes. And they're off in the pool. And it was a good start by Megan Davis in lane 7 from Cardiff Met, and she touches first about 3/4 of a body length ahead, and she's driving through, closely followed by Maisie Stedman from Lincoln, and Maisie Stedman slowly coming back, but Megan Davis is pulling away, and she is going to win, and she does so in a time of 36:51. Winning time for Megan Davis from Cardiff Met. Second place was Maisie Stedman from Lincoln, and third Abby Macbeth from Oxford Brookes. That was heat number 7. Next up, heat number 8. The representatives are Hannah Cramphorn from Gloucestershire, Katrina Stanton from York St John, Molly Cohen from Sheffield Hallam, Abby Mason from Oxford Brookes, Jade Lamb from Manchester Metropolitan, Katie Orrell from Oxford, Rhiann Jones from York, Libby Ward from York, Lucy Goodman from Southampton, and Georgina Powell from Imperial. This is heat number 8 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. And that's a good start there in lane 9 for Georgina Powell from Imperial. But coming back in lane 4 is Jade Lamb from Manchester. So it's Jade Lamb from Manchester alongside Rhiann Jones from York, who's in the lower of the picture. And they're pushing forward, and then you've still got Georgina Powell and Imperial in the bottom, but it's between Jade Lamb and Rhiann Jones, and it's Rhiann Jones that's pushing forward from York, and she touches first in a time of 37:26, followed by Jade Lamb of Manchester Met in 37:98, and then Katrina Stanton from York St John in third place. That was heat 8. We're now on to heat 9 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke of the Speedo and BUCS Swimming Short Course Championships. And the swimmers are Benedita Serrano from Birmingham City, Isabel Briggs from Derby, Sophie Lawson from Lincoln, Ella Depledge Bar from Cardiff Met, Lucy Pearce from Bournemouth, Alia Byron from Exeter, Rita Pinto from Plymouth, Hannah Pearce from Huddersfield, Madeline Corcoran from Emily, and Megan Connolly from Strathclyde. They're the competitors in heat 9 of the 50 metres breaststroke.
We're underway in heat 9, so let's tell you that Jonathan Quinn took heat 19 in the men's, Alan Chu back in second, Jenny Kettle, Warwick in
And leading the way as we come up to the turn is Hannah Priest and Alia Byron. They touch almost simultaneously and they surface. And it's Alia Byron that are just in front as we come up to the last 10 metres here of heat number 9. So it's Alia Byron from Exeter leading Hannah Pearce from Huddersfield, and it's Alia Byron who touches first in 37:12 from Exeter, and then Hannah Pearce from Huddersfield touching in second place, followed by Ellie Depledge Bar from Cardiff Met. And that was heat number 9. We're now on to heat number 10 of the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Championship, 50 metres, women's 50 metres breaststroke. The competitors are Becky Lockett from Sheffield Hallam, Yuan Ting Janet Chan from Oxford, Isabel Meeks from London, Sophie Erdman from Glasgow, Taylor Allison from Cardiff, Emma Chittleberg from Aberdeen, Domiziana Dean from Liverpool, Megan Whittaker from Newcastle, Arna Tolliday from Lincoln, and Emma Jones from York. This are your competitors for heat number 10. And it's Taylor Alliston from Cardiff and Emma Jones from York that lead the way as it is, but pushing through is Emma Chittleberg from Aberdeen. It's Evan Chittleberg that turns first.
Next in pool 1,
and it's Ethel Chittleberg, and coming up close is Juan Chan from Oxford in lane number 1. It's going to be close. Who's going to get the touch? And it's lane number 5, Emma Chittleberg from Aberdeen. We get the touch. No, slight correction there. It goes to Juan Ting Janet Chan in 36.91. So just a slight change there. So first place was the swimmer from Oxford, Yuan Chan, and then in second place was Emma Chittleberg from Aberdeen. That was a good race there in heat number 10 of the 50 metres breaststroke. Next up, heat number 11, and the representatives are Natasha Booth from Leeds Beckett, Emma Shilton from Reading, Eleanor Calcutt from Durham, Emily Nisbet from Bristol, Devon Anderson, Heriot Watt, Emily Yetman, Surrey, India Crawshaw from Reading, Alicia Rose Hartley from Leeds Beckett, Anya Reid from Heriot Watt, and Katie Wilson from Cambridge. And it's a good start there from lane 4 from Devon Anderson from Heriot Watt, which was almost matched by Anya Reid from Heriot Watt as well in lane number 8. But touching first at the top is Emma Shifton from Reading. But it was a good turn there by lane 8, Anya Reid, who has started to open up a gap between Anya Reid and Emma Shilton as we come into the last 5 metres here. And it looks like Emma Shilton has just got the thing, and as she touches first, Emma Shilton touches first in 35.15 for Reading, and in second place is Anya Reid from Heriot Watt in 35.75, and in third place Eleanor Calcutt from Durham. That was heat number 11. And heat number 12 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. It's Charlotte Daw, Royal Holloway, Gigi Taylor, Glasgow, Reeve Lanigan, Strathclyde, Scarlett Tang, Keele, Sophie Card, Portsmouth, Sophie Bunker, Sheffield, Jasmine Dernley, Leeds Beckett, Alex Potts, Leeds Beckett, Meg Wickham in Derby, and Kim Ann Sander from Imperial. This is heat number 12 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. And leading in at the top of the picture is Gigi Taylor from Strathclyde, with a good turn there, and she still has a lead from bottom of the picture Kim Sander from Imperial. But it's going to be Gigi Taylor Slater who's going to take this, but coming through into second place is Alex Potts from Leeds Beckett. So first place Gigi Taylor, second place Alex Potts from Leeds Beckett, and third Kim Ann Sander from Imperial. So the winner, Gigi Taylor from Glasgow, in a time of 34.35. That was heat 12. Heat 13. The competitors are Carlin Kennington, St Andrews, Erin McDonald, Aberdeen, Emmy Horn Morris, East Anglia, Hannah Binning, East Anglia, Eleanor Voden, Sheffield Hallam, Nisha Desai, York, Molly Renton, St Andrews, James Mock, Janice Mock, UCL, Melissa Carter, Edge Hill, and Bethan Collins from Southampton. There are your competitors for Heat 13 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. A good start from everybody, but just marginally the better one there was from Ella Voden from Sheffield Hallam, and she's leading just ahead of Nisha Desai from York as they touch almost all in a line, with Eleanor Voden just in front, and she's just opening up a slight gap there, and it's now coming back with Erin McDonald from Aberdeen in lane 2. And Eleanor Voden from Sheffield Hallam, but coming back closely, but she still gets the touch. Eleanor Voden from Sheffield Hallam touches first, then Nisha Desai from York in second, and Carolyn Kennington from St Andrews in third. That was Heat 13 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. The competitors for Heat 14 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke are Jenny Ballinger, Liverpool John Moores, Naomi Vides, Southampton, Juliet Merrily from Cambridge, Daisy Meffan from Nottingham, Amy Mills from Worcester, Maya Little from King's College, Amelia Sykes from University of Central Lancashire, Laura Harrison from Glasgow, Natalie Meldrum from Sheffield Hallam, and Kirsten Young from Edge Hill.
Ready to go in pool 1, 100 butterfly, Heat 3.
And it's Naomi Vides and Daisy Meffin that are leading out, and it's Naomi Vides who's leading at the halfway point. But a good turn there by Daisy Meffin has pulled her back in. And Naomi Vides is now starting to open up, so it's her leading, and then coming back in lane 7 is Laura Harrison from Glasgow. But winning at the top of the pitch is Naomi Vides from Southampton, followed by Daisy Meffin from Nottingham and Laura Harrison from Glasgow. These are the results for Heat 14 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. And we get into Heat 15 of 19 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke, and the competitors are Georgia Richardson from Leeds Beckett, Stella Cookson from Plymouth, Eve Hull from Cambridge, Chloe O'Seeley from Leicester, Charlotte Yates from Worcester, Charlotte Bagley from Nottingham Trent, Lana Moe from Surrey, Alice Dennis from Sheffield Hallam, Natalie Pigeon from Exeter, and Bethany Grant from Bristol. This is Heat 15 of the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships 2019. 50 metres breaststroke for women. And it's lane 2 with Stella Cookson, who's having the best start from Plymouth, and she touches first at the turn. But a good turn there by Lana Moe from Surrey has put her neck and neck and is driving forward here at the bottom of the pool. So it's Lana Moe and Stella Cookson going for it. Lana Moe, Stella Cookson, and touched first is from Stella Cookson in 35.34. So Stella Cookson, the winner there from Plymouth, in 35.34, followed by Alice Dennis from Sheffield Hallam and Lana Moe from Surrey. There's your results for Heat 15 of the 50 metres breaststroke. The competitors for Heat 16 are Valentina Wojtylova, Warwick, Emma Hudson from Kiel, Alice Ball from Sheffield Hallam, Danielle Rayner from Stirling, Sophie Elphick from St George's, Emily Sellon from East Anglia, Hannah Reid from Cardiff Met, Zita Edwards from Southampton, Nina Fisher from Glasgow, and Carla Brawley from the University of the West of Scotland. This is heat number 16 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. And it's a good start there from Nina Fisher from Glasgow. And she touches first at the turn, but she's very closely followed by Sophie Elphick and Alice Ball. But a good turn there, and she pulls away in the second length ahead. But she's getting put under pressure from Zita Edwards. And Sophie Elphick in the middle. It's going to be really close as they come in to get the touch, and in first place is Sophie Elphick from St George's, from Nina Fisher from Glasgow, and Zita Edwards from Southampton. A good race there, less than 0.3 of a second separating the top three. Next it will be heat 17, and the swimmers in heat 17 are Alicia Pollard from Surrey, Emily Walsh from Glasgow, Chelsea Bean from East Anglia, Abigail Jack from Leeds Beckett, Ellie Ward from Nottingham, Maddie Barnaby from Bath, Lara Ann Cakelan from Cardiff, Charlotte Ibbison from Birmingham, Ellie Tripp from Manchester, and Katie Bain from Robert Gordons. They are your competitors for heat 17 of the women's 50 metres breaststroke. A good start there from Ellie Ward from Nottingham, but she's been overtaken by Maddie Barnaby from Bath, who turns first ahead of Alicia Pollard from Surrey in lane 1. Good turn there by Maddie Barnaby, and she's just getting ahead of Alicia Pollard from Surrey. So it looks like it's going to be a win for Maddie Barnaby from Bath, and it is, and she touches in 33.69, followed by Alicia Pollard from Surrey and Ellie Ward from Nottingham. And that was heat number 17. We now are moving on to the penultimate of this round of heats, because the three fastest did take place at the start of the session. So we've got, this is heat 18, the penultimate of this round, and the swimmers are Natasha Prophet from Bangor, Katie Whiffen from Surrey, Liv Phillips from Leeds Beckett, Mary Swanson from Aberdeen, Natalie Coogans from Stirling, Ellen Scholes from Surrey, Lewis Ross from Strathclyde, Sophia Altoft from Stirling, Hannah Head from Salford, and Eleanor Bird from Birmingham. This is the penultimate heat of the 50 metres breaststroke. Good start there by Lewis Ross from Strathclyde. But coming back strongly is Eleanor Bird from Birmingham, and about 6 of them all touching in a line there as you get to the second 25 metres of the 50 metres breaststroke. And it looks like it's going to be Eleanor Bird from Birmingham is pushing it, but they're coming back closely, and touching first is Eleanor Bird from Birmingham, followed by Katie Whiffen from Natasha Prophet from Bangor, and Katie Whiffen from Surrey, and then Ellen Scholes finished fourth from Surrey. Now we move on to the final heat of this round of heat for the women's 50 metres breaststroke. The competitors are Alexandra Stringer from Manchester Met, Jessica Richens from Nottingham, Naomi Van Dongen from Bath, Eva Vickery from Coventry, Kelly Yeo from Imperial, Jess Pearson from Derby, Laura Copping from Plymouth, Megan Perry from East Anglia, Holly Gardner from Stirling, and Sarah McCracken from Ulster. This will be heat 19, which is the final heat for the 50 metres breaststroke. And there's no swimmer there for Derby, so Jess Pearson is not competing. And it's a good start there by Van Dongen from Bath in lane 3. And she reaches the halfway mark in first place. And it's Vas Dongen and Laura Copping and Sarah McCracken that are leading the way here, with Van Dongen from Bath looking like she's going to get the win here, and she touches first in a time of 32.95. With second place coming to Laura Copping from Plymouth in 33.8, and Eva Vickery from Coventry in third place. That concludes the swimming for the 50 metres breaststroke for women. We now move on to the first 9 heats of the women's 100 metres butterfly. The fastest 3 heats, heats 10, 11, 12, were swam at the beginning of the session, so these are just heats 1 to 9. There are only 3 swimmers in the first heat here of the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships 2019 for the women's 100 metres butterfly. The 3 swimmers are in lane 3, it's Kelly Johnston from Strathclyde. Lane 4 will be Rebecca Rahman from Aberystwyth, and lane 5 will be Fionn Butler from Birmingham.
Over in Swimmer 2, we move on to the women's 100 metre butterfly. This is heat number 1. Next is pool number 1, heat number 8.
And leading the way at the 75 metre mark is Rebecca Rahman from Aberystwyth, followed by Kelly Johnson from Strathclyde and Fionn Butler from Birmingham. And touching first is Rebecca Rahman in 1:24.15. We then move on to heat number 2 of the women's 100 metres butterfly. The competitors are Abby Jones from Exeter, Lucy G from Kent, Georgina Free from Edgehill, Robin Saunders from Liverpool, Emma Johan Riciens from Winchester, Elisa Evans from King's College, Ellie Brasher, Reading, Risha Mondal, King's College, Zita Tuttle from Manchester Met, and Ellie Hurd from King's College.
Ready to go in pool 1. This is heat 8.
And that's a good start for Risha Mondal from King's College, who's opening up quite well on the first leg. For the slightly longer events, we will just say we'd like to thank our partners Speedo, the Bright Network and Camp America for their support for this event. Speedo is the main partner of the swimming events for within BUCS, and we thank them for their support this year. We also have Camp America, who are a whole BUCS sponsor, which looks at giving you the students the opportunity, if they want to go and work and travel in America during the summer. You get the opportunity to work at summer camps where you get students from America coming with them. You work there for 6 weeks and then you get the opportunity to travel. And then you've got the Bright Network, which is used to promote and help graduates, because they're the #1 student careers network in the UK, offering exclusive advice, and it allows you to be planted with over 30 firms, and they've helped 14,000 students secure roles to date. And winning that is Russia Mondal from King's College in a time of 1 minute 7.88 seconds. Second was Robin Saunders from Liverpool, and third Emma Johan Reist-Jens from Winchester. That was heat number 2. Heat number 3, the swimmers are Aina Palmer from Strathclyde, Katie Smith, East Anglia, Amy Richardson, Glasgow Cali, Jade Hand, Gloucestershire, Megan Arpitridge, Leicester, Ella Hamza, Portsmouth, Sarah Eckersley, Sheffield Hallam, Lauren Barraclough, Liverpool, Akimi Ramos, Manchester, and Jane Oberhauser from King's College. They're your competitors for heat number 2.
And in pool number 1, heat number 10.
And touching first is Ella Hamza from Portsmouth, followed by Jade Hand from Gloucestershire. And it's quite close coming up the last thing between Amy Richardson and Ella Hamza. It looks like Amy Richardson is just going to get the touch from there. So it's Amy Richardson from Glasgow Caledonian touching first from Ella Hamza from Portsmouth, and Jade Hand from Gloucestershire.
Coming to the final throws in pool number 1 as well. It goes to Sam Lawson, victory for him, 58.59. Thomas Boyd Northampton second, and Adam Blatchford, Sheffield Hallam in third.
That was heat number 3. Next in this is heat number 4, and the swimmers are from Florence Ward from Durham, Megan Cook from Bangor, Katie Gaffing from Newcastle, Shan Jones from Sheffield, Megan Mann, Newcastle, Catherine Walton, Portsmouth, Hannah St John Moose, Plymouth, Georgia Keane, Surrey, Ellie Molyneux, Manchester, and Tilly Loney from St Andrews. This is heat number 4 of the women's 100 metres butterfly of the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Swimming Championship 2019.
Next up, in pool number 1,
And leading the way down in lane 8 is Ellie Molyneux from Manchester, followed by Tilly Looney from St Andrews. So it's lane 7 and 8 leading the way at the bottom, and it's still Ellie Molyneux from Manchester in first place there. And in third place coming through is Megan Mann, it's Catherine Moulton from Portsmouth. And touching first is Ellie Molyneux in 1:08.27 from Manchester, then Tilly Looney from St Andrews, and in third place we have Florence Ward from Durham. And we move on to heat number 5. And the swimmers in heat number 5 are Ellie Matthews-Sharon, Cardiff Met, Sophie Peggs, Warwick, Claire Thompson, Glasgow, Emily Locke, Cardiff, Georgia Williams, Sheffield Hallam, Lizzie Cont, Warwick, Amy Felsted, Portsmouth, Eve Hull, Cambridge, Robin Patrick, Strathclyde, and Evie Timms from Sheffield Hallam. This is heat number 5. And a good start there from Georgia Williams from Sheffield Hallam. She turns first at the first turn. And then coming through in lane 8 is Evie Timmins from Sheffield Hallam. So the two Sheffield Hallam swimmers are leading the way there. So it's now a pushing through here coming from Robin Patrick, who turns just neck and neck with Evie Timms from Sheffield Hallam in lanes 8 and 9, and Robin Patrick is starting to move away from, so the Strathclyde swimmer is leading the way from Evie Timms, and coming through in third place is Claire Thompson from Glasgow. So Robin Patrick touches first for Strathclyde, followed by Claire Thompson from Glasgow, and then Evie Timms from Sheffield Hallam. Next up is heat number 6 of the women's 100 metres butterfly. The swimmers for this are Mia McAllister, Edinburgh, Fionn Austin, Liverpool John Moores, Beth Gordon, Glasgow, Tegan Parker, Leeds, Ottilie Marsden, Aberdeen, Alice Tighe, Middlesex, Natasha Crowe, Sheffield Hallam, Rebecca Howman, Southampton, Megan Slider, Aberdeen, and Cameron Menifee from Liverpool. These will be your competitors for heat number 6. And a good start there from Tegan Parker in lane 3, as well as Mia McAllister from Edinburgh in lane 1, who touches first at the end of the first leg. So Mia McAllister leading the way at the top of the picture, closely followed by Tegan Parker and Natasha Crowe. And turning at the top of the page, it is Mia McAllister in first place, followed by Tegan Parker and Ottilie Marsden. And still leading away is Mia McAllister at the top, then Tegan Parker, and Natasha Crowe. So it's coming through, but she's coming through fast is Tegan Parker. Tegan Parker is coming through very quickly. And is she going to get the first touch? It's nip and tuck, but Tegan Parker gets the touch first for Leeds, ahead of Mia McAllister for Edinburgh, and Natasha Crowe from Sheffield Hallam. So Tegan Parker from Leeds, followed by Mia McAllister, and then Natasha Crowe from Sheffield Hallam. That was your result for Heat 6 of the women's 100 metres butterfly. We now enter the last 3 heats, and we're entering Heat 7. The competitors for Heat 7 of the 100 metres butterfly is Riley Flick, Megan Nicholas. Riley Flick was from St Andrews, Megan Nicholas was Exeter, Kate Townsend from Cardiff Met, Lauren Hodgson from Sheffield, Elisa Grattan from Sheffield, Lauren Palmer-Jones from York, Chloe Peach from Notts Trent, Lily O'Brien from Leeds, lane 8 is Chloe Platter from Cardiff, and line 9 is Georgina Locke from Cardiff. And a good start there in lane 1 from Riley Flick from St Andrews, who touches just marginally ahead of everybody at the top of the picture. And then a good movement there from Chloe Peach from Nottingham Trent, who started to make a move through the middle of the park. So turning at the second touch, it's Lauren Palmer-Jones in first place, followed by Riley Flick, and then Katie Townsend. And turning in ahead at the end, it is still Chloe Peach in the lead, closely followed in lane 3 by Laura Hodgson from Sheffield. As you enter the last 5 metres of it, and touching first is Chloe Peach from Nottingham Trent, followed by Laura Hodgson from Sheffield and Katie Townsend from Cardiff Met. And that was heat number 7. And now we move on to the penultimate heat of the women's 100 metres butterfly of this round of fixtures, remembering the fastest 3 heats were swam earlier in the session. And the representatives in heat 8 are Kate Allenby from Heriot Watt, Karine Kelly from Glasgow, Leah Williams from Manchester Met, Amy Richardson from Edge Hill, Molly Guffin from Bath, Molly Ollington from Anglia Ruskin, Kate Story from Glasgow, Caitlin Slater from Glasgow, Lizzie Warnes from Surrey, and Eloise Clements from Kent.
That concludes the racing for this session in pool number 1, so we head over to pool number 2. This is heat 8.
So the penultimate heat is underway here. And a good start in lane 0 from Kate Allenby from Heriot Watt, who leads it out to the first 25 metres. And then coming forward, coming through, and is Kate Story from Glasgow in lane 6, but touching first is Kate Allenby. And then Kate Allenby leads with a turning in 29.3 seconds. And then still pushing on and leading is Kate Allenby in first place, closely followed by Karine Williams and Kate Story. As we're moving forward to the end, it's still Kate Allenby at the top of the picture for Heriot Watt, but being put under pressure by Karine Kelly, who's going to get the touch. It's going to be very tight. It's Kate Allenby touching in 1 minute 3.99 for Heriot Watt, followed by Karine Kelly from Glasgow and Molly Ollington for Anglia Ruston. We now move on to the final heat of this session in the women's pool, and it's the heat number 9, and we have got in Mel Hall from Sheffield Hallam, Alice Smale from Lancaster, Samantha Flack from Leeds, Megan Perry from East Anglia, Katerina Price from Bath, Summer Kennedy from East Anglia, Ellie O'Keefe from Cambridge, Molly Colbert from Plymouth, Lucy Gotta from Lancaster, and Lauren Nelson from East Anglia. This is the penultimate heat of the Women's Open This is the final heat of the women's open 100 meters butterfly, heat number 9. And it's nip and tuck, and it looks like it was Alice Smale that got the touch at the first of the 25 meters, but then pushing through in lane 4 is Ekaterina Price, who's starting to move into the first place at the end, and she touches first at the halfway mark. Ekaterina Price in 30.42, followed by Lauren Nelson and Ellie O'Keefe. So it's the Bath swimmer leading the way as she turns into the last 75, followed by Ellie O'Keefe from Cambridge. They're the ones that are out in front as we enter the last 12.5 metres of this race. And coming back is Ellie O'Keefe, but the Ekaterina Price is going to touch first, and she does so in a time of 1 minute 3.69. So the Bath swimmer wins it, followed by Ellie O'Keefe from Cambridge, and Mel Hall sneaking in third place for Sheffield Hallam at the top of the picture. So that concludes the swimming in the women's pool for this morning. I would like to thank you for listening, and just to remind you that the live feed will come back up at about 1:20 this afternoon for session 3 of the Speedo and BUCS Short Course Swimming Championships 2019, where we will have the men's and women's events on different feeds on YouTube. If you want to watch the men's, you just put the swimming BUCS Swimming 2019, and you will be able to select which one you want. The events that we'll be looking forward to this afternoon, we've got the women's 200 meters backstroke, the women's 50 freestyle, the 200 meters breaststroke, the 400 meters individual medley, which is a heat declared winner, the medley relay heats, and the women's 800 meters freestyle, which is heat declared. As we did this morning, you have the fastest 3 heats at the start of the session, and then once they've been finished, we will then go on to doing the remaining heats for the remainder of the swimmers. And then this evening we do actually have the final session, which will be on the men's feed, and that will be the 200 meters freestyle, 50 meters backstroke, 50 meters breaststroke, 100 meters butterfly, 200 meters backstroke, 50 meters freestyle, 200 meters breaststroke, medley, and the freestyle relay team final. These will be the events this evening. They will start at 6 o'clock. So if you want to follow any more of this and get any of the updated results, you go to www.bucs.org.uk and you will get all your up-to-date results live. You can watch the feed, and please support our partners of the Bright Network, of Speedo, and of Camp America. That finishes the swimming for this morning here on this feed. I'm just double checking because I do know there's supposed to be a swim off, just bear with. Yep, so we will join us back again at 1:30 for this afternoon session of the Speedo and BUCS swimming series, the Speedo and BUCS Swimming Short Course Championship 2019. Thank you for listening, and join us back about 1:20.